Hello everyone and welcome to another UFC Fight Night review. This is for Fight Night Volkov vs Struve, and this is going to be quite a short one because I could only find the main card to record and not the prelims, and there's only 4 fights on the main card, so let's not waste any time and just get right to it. So the first fight was Leon Edwards vs Brian Barberena. It went the distance. It was a fairly good fight, a lot of back and forth. I did like it. It was a good way to to start off the main card, and Leon won. I think he did enough to win, as back and forth as was, I feel like he did that a little bit more. Even though he did get knocked in pretty badly by Barberena in round 2, it was still a fairly even fight, and it was definitely more in favour of Edwards, and he got, the judges called it right when they announced him the winner. And I'm not just saying they have favouritism because he is a British fighter, and I do like him a lot. But yeah, he definitely deserved the win, and he got the win. And Brian isn't really going to suffer from loss because I feel like he did enough to not, to not be like kicked out. Because he did win his last fight as well. Okay. Alright, so that's all that needs to be said. On to the next fight. So the next fight we had Marion Renault against a newcomer from Brazil named Thalita Bernardo, and Renault won with 6 seconds left in the fight, near the end of the third round, by TKO. It was a fairly back and forth affair, much like the fight before it, between Edwards and Barberena, and it was a really good fight, to be honest. Renault I hadn't really seen fight before. I mostly judge her by what I know in EA Sports UFC 2. I hadn't actually seen her fight before, and for a 40-year-old woman, she's damn dangerous. She has really amazing striking. She definitely prefers the stand-up game. And Thalita likes to go to the ground a bit more. She landed a few takedowns. In round 2, she started getting desperate for them, like really desperate. She did land a takedown near the end of round 2, but the first few before that were really desperate and weren't really covered up with anything. Like, she just went with them because she kind of felt like it. But she didn't really disappoint me, she did hang in there until the very end, losing by TKO, when Renault got on top and just kept punching away at her after a few submission attempts from both sides. I really like the jiu-jitsu game with Thalita, and this is only her second loss in 7 fights. So she's got a good record, and I feel like she's not going to lose any steam from her debut because she fought an experienced veteran, a well-established female fighter in Marion now. So yeah, no one really loses anything from this, and it was a good fight, and it had a good finish. So no much else needs to be said. Although I will say, no one on the main card gets the performance of the night. Those go to Zabit Magomedsharipov, who beat Mike Santiago by a rear naked choke, and Mabek Taisumov, who beat Felipe Silva by knockout. Both of those were on the prelim fight, and I couldn't find that. So, yeah. Well, that's why I couldn't find it. It wasn't there before the main card. So, yeah. Forgot to mention, it's been a while since I've done one of these. We're at the Ahoy Rotterdam in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. So, yeah. Anyway, on to the next fight. So the next fight is Siyar Bahadurzada against Rob Wilkinson. Pardon me, and this was also a good fight. Bahadurzada won by knockout in round 2 at 3 minutes and 10 seconds in. Excuse me. Sorry. But yeah, it was fairly back and forth. Bahadurzada was definitely getting the better of the striking. Excuse my hair. He landed some really, really good combos. His punch combos especially are really good. And there was a great moment where he actually sort of shot for a takedown, it looked like, and Wilkinson fell for it, and excuse me, and Bahadurzada turned that into a dodge attempt, and that was actually kind of awesome. He didn't get it, and obviously, he got the finish by knockout round 2, but it was a good enough fight, and Siyar definitely dominated despite being the shorter fighter. That didn't matter, apparently. It rarely ever does, I find. But it was a good fight, a decent co-main event, so yeah, 3 fights in and it's a co-main event. That's how short this one is going to be. So we're just going to move on to the main event now. So now we have the main event between Alexander Volkov against Stefan Struve. A couple of things I do want to say though. First of all, there were some really weird sound issues. Like, there was a lot of moments where the audio just kind of skipped for me, even when, like, people weren't swearing, because they normally do that when they're swearing, you know? If people start swearing in a post-fight interview, then the editors will, like, you know, cut it out, and they'll, you know, we'll get, like, a turn-up version. We'll get the audiences, the crowd, like, their vocalizations turned up a bit, you know? And that kept happening a lot with all the fights on this card, and I can only assume it happened for the prelims as well. If it did, that kind of sucks. And also, more in the main event itself. No, there was a problem with it. But it's in the Netherlands. Stefan Struve is from the Netherlands, but he was in the blue corner. Alexander Volkov is from Russia, and he's in the red corner. Well, I suppose that doesn't matter when they put on the fight of the night, and it was the fight of the night because it was really, really awesome. A lot of back and forth. Even though in Road 2 there was bad moments when Struve accidentally poked Volkov in the eye twice because Struve is like 7 feet tall and Volkov is 6'7". 6'7" is still shorter than 7 feet tall. You know, despite the fact that both are heavyweights and both are really tall people anyway. Yeah, Struve accidentally poked Volkov twice in a row. Then there was another exchange later on where they poked each other at the same time. It was a bit weird. But yeah, it was a really exciting fight nonetheless. Really great comments from both. I give Struve round 1 narrowly. Round 2 probably goes to Volkov, if not for the eye pokes, which were accidental. And round 3 he won by TKO 3 minutes and 30 seconds into round 3. There's quite a lot of threes. But yeah, it was good. It was a good showing from both men. Like, Struve's not going to lose anything because he's super popular, and Volkov, like, continues to add to his column as well. He's doing really, really well. He's been impressing me. Because I've never seen him fight before. Let's see. Johnson versus Hayes. Yeah, he beat Roy Nelson by decision. And he beat Timothy Johnson by split decision. So this was his first finish in the UFC. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, Alexander Volkov had a good showing. This fight definitely deserves Fight Night because it was exciting. Not in my top 10 of the year, but it was a good enough fight to cap things off, and it was a genuinely, like, it was an interesting fight. So, yeah, that's really all. That'll do it for this episode. This episode of Backtracking, I was going to say, that's not going to come until next year. The start of next year, obviously, you know, I'm not going to be too lazy with it. I've got the band sorted out, I'll cover that in a previous video. But yeah, that'll do it for this review of UFC Fight Night in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Awesome. I'll see you all tomorrow for something. I don't know if it's going to be the first episode of War Concept or the review for the first episode of the Ultra Fight Season 26, because it still needs a goddamn title and it doesn't have one yet. Damn the Wikipedia. I'm not. It's annoying. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Take care, and thank you for listening. You're awesome.